In the world of professional wrestling, one of the greatest honours that can be bestowed upon you is winning a championship. However, not all championships are created equal. Some championships mean more than others, and some championships, to put it simply, are just better looking than others. So in today's episode of Tier List Thursday, we are going to be ranking wrestling championships, WWE Championships, I think, based on attractiveness, I guess. If you are new here though, you have stumbled yourself across the Joe Hall Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to go down below, like this video, and while you're down there, press that subscribe button, and you see the little bell next to it. Click on that as well so you are notified every time we upload, which is daily, and I would hate for you to miss out on the daily wrestling videos. But with all that being said, let's get into the tier list. So here we have the tier list. We have A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier, obviously A being the best, F being the worst. And we start things out with one of my personal favourite titles, the Big Gold. Oh, it's going into A. It's a top tier title. You're not finding a title better looking than that. So very quickly, very simply, Big Gold, A tier. Now next we have the Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, it's a nice title, but part of the reason I like the Big Gold so much is because of how it looks on other people. Now, these titles have been passed around a decent amount, but I don't think they've ever looked like, oh yeah, like I really remember someone holding that. That title makes me remember someone, if you know what I mean. Look, when I think of the Big Gold, I think of Triple H, I think of Batista, I think of guys like that. This title, I don't really think of anyone, so it can sit in the middle for now. It's a nice looking title, but it doesn't have the meaning to me that the Big Gold has. Now we have the Red Universal. That can go straight into F tier. I have always hated that belt. I will always hate that belt. And absolutely nothing on this planet can possibly change that for me. Now next, one of my controversially unpopular opinions. It might have to be. I have the replica down here. I'm not sure if you can see it on video. But right here, I have the replica. And the title, I've always loved it. The network logo. To me, it's an A tier title. Again, the names that I can put with this title, like Seth Rollins, like especially that era of Seth Rollins as well, like it just is to me A tier. Now, next we have the title that was before that, and it's actually a very nice title, and it can go in the section below. This WWE Championship, again, it's not quite the network logo, which the network logo was lovely. This one, it's still the scratch logo. It's the one that The Rock introduced. And again, I do like the title, though. It's one of them. It's pretty much the exact same thing apart from the logos and the champion thing. I do think this one is worse than this one. But the names that held it, and like I said, the memories that come with this title make it so special to me. So it's going in B tier. This one is an A tier, no question about it. Again, same thing. It's just a lot of it is based off memories. Because again, is the title traditionally attractive? No, it's not a bad looking belt by any means. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it looks great. And if I could get a replica of that title, I would. But like CM Punk, John Cena, Jeff Hardy, like the people that held this title, it means something. Next we have the Daniel Bryan eco-friendly. It can go in F tier. It's not as bad as the Universal. The Universal can get dragged to the very bottom of F tier. That is staying there. But it's not a good looking belt, is it? Next, we have the original Undisputed. This is Undisputed V1, I think. It can go into B tier. You know, it can go ahead of that in B tier. It's a great title. It's associated with a lot of legends, but I don't like it as much as these three, which is probably controversial because it's a very nice championship. And, you know, you look at the names like Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar. I think Kurt Angle held it. It's sitting in B tier for me personally. Next, we have the Big Eagle. It can go in B tier. It's taking a bit of the time to load, but it can go in B tier. The Big Eagle. It's a beautiful belt, man. Now, following up on the Big Eagle, we obviously have the Winged Eagle. Now, is it going to go next to it? No, it's not. This title is beautiful. You know, it can go ahead of the... You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to drop the Women's Championship because that is not on the level of that. The Women's Tag Championship, in terms of attractiveness, is not on the level of the Winged Eagle. I just don't like it as much as I like these three. So it has to sit in the middle in C tier. It's a very nice title, though. Next, the Smoking Skull title. Now, honestly, it can sit there. I was never a fan of the Smoking Skull title. Again, obviously, it's before my time, but I've seen it enough times. I'm just personally not a huge fan of it. So it can sit there. White IC title is going straight to the top. This title, again, one of my favourite titles of all time. It can go straight there. And again, I think of the names. Cody Rhodes. I think of who else held it. That's really bad now. I'm saying it's one of my favourite titles and I can't think of names. Cody Rhodes held it. The Miz, Wade Barrett. Like, there is a lot of names that I associate with this title, so it can stay there. This Intercontinental Championship can go in the one below. Honestly, I'm trying really hard not to put it in the upper one. Again, the names that I think for this, Jeff Hardy, William Regal, some great names. Umaga, who held this title, but it's not quite on the caliber of these. This one can go straight into there as well. It's the same thing, black strap, the white strap, just it always has looked better, always will look better. US title, the original one, can sit there. Again, controversial one. I know not many people like it. No, never mind, it's not sitting there because it's not better than the Winged Eagle. I've changed my mind on that very quickly. But it's a nice title. Anything from C up is like beautiful, like absolutely like top tier title. I know it's cartoony, but it's, for me personally, it's what I grew up with. It's the US title that I always knew growing up with. And again, I think of the names that are associated with it. It's a great title. Now next, these titles can go... you know what? They can sit there. They're not nice. I never liked the blue and red backing on them. And I think they were basically just copies of the original network logo or the Universal. So I didn't like them. They can sit in the bottom. I know I've got the network logo here, so people can say, how can you have the Universal? How can you have the, these two? But I look at, I don't say originality, but like, they're just unoriginal. I don't like them as much as that one. The colours, I get it's for the brands, but they're not nice. 24/7 title can go in the bottom as well. It's not a nice title. The purple cruiserweight title, it can sit there. The black one was better. The one when it originally had the black strap. It's at the very bottom of D because it is not on the level of the women's tag title. It's not on the level of the Smoking Skull. But like I said, some of the names: Enzo Amore, Neville. It's a great title. The black strap was much better. If that was on this list, that'd be much higher. This is an absolutely beautiful title. It is the NXT North American Championship. Great title, just great looking. These awful, heinous things, all bloody three of them, can go straight into there. I've never liked them titles, the penny titles. I didn't like them originally. I didn't like them, especially when you look at the tag titles that they replaced. And these, again, that one can go there. And that one can go, it can go next to each other, but this one is slightly hot. The SmackDown one was always better than it, so they're nice titles. Them tag titles are hideous. The World Tag titles, again, there's a lot of names associated with them, but it can go to around the top of D tier. Again, I like these ones better. Controversial, I'm probably a bit biased because of what I grew up with, but they are better. Divas title can go straight in there. It is hideous. Always was. Women's title. Oh, that's a tough one. You know what? It can go to the bottom of there. It was. I never liked the big women's champion logo. I think women's title belts have always been done quite dirty. They've never been as nice as the men's. Again, like I said, the tag title is nice. It just doesn't have the memory to me to be any higher. European Championship is a great title. Does it go into B? No. It can go, you know what, it can go around here. It can go around there behind the Winged Eagle. I'm comfortable with that. Hardcore title. If we're being honest with ourselves, it's an F tier belt. It's iconic, don't get me wrong, but if we're going off of like how nice the belts are, the thing is smashed to pieces. Based off of what the tier list is about, it is an F tier title. So as iconic as the title is, as much as I love the title, it can't go any higher than F at all. This belt, what belt? Is this at the Light Heavyweight Championship? I don't even massively remember. That's way before my time. It looks quite generic for a belt. I'm going to put it in F. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Is that the NXT title? Can go in C tier. It's a nice belt. It's nothing special. Now we have the WWE UK Championship. That is going to go right up there. That title was beautiful. That took the network logo and made it better. The stuff they added in the middle for the UK, stuff like the lions and the smaller WWE logo, which made it better. That's another replica that I wish I owned, but I don't. The original NXT title, this... Oh, it can sit there. I really want to put it higher because again, a lot of these titles, I love the wrestlers that I associate with them, like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Neville, Bo Dallas. Like, I love a lot of the wrestlers that are associated with the title. But the title itself, like, I look at that title, is it nice in the Winged Eagle? Absolutely not. Is it nice in the European Championship? Absolutely not. Is it nice in the US title? Probably. But I cannot put it any higher. As much as I love the belt and I think, oh, that's an iconic belt, it's not higher than any of these. Now we have, is this the NXT, what NXT title is this? I'm so lost to these NXT titles. It can sit there next to the other one on I think that's going to knock some things down that you won't be able to see now, but who cares. NXT Women's, the original one. The belt was solid. It was better than the other women's. But again, I think, like I said, I think a lot of women's championships in WWE just weren't great. And it's a shame. NXT tag titles. Oh, they can sit in here. They're nice, but they're not deserving of being any higher, unfortunately. What the hell? I can't. Why isn't it letting me drag that? Right, what is that belt? I don't even know what that is. That's probably quite bad. Actually, is that the NXT UK tag? I think it might be. I'm going to have to get really close to my screen here to try and see. I think it's the NXT UK tag. I'm not sure. It can go with the other NXT tags. It's NXT UK Women's is actually going to be the highest rated women's belt on this list. Oh, where do I put it? I'll put it at the top of... No, I won't put it above the Winged Eagle. You go above the European. It's the same thing as the men's, but I actually think the network logo looks better on a black strap than on a white strap. So it's a nice title. It's just as nice as that one, but I prefer the black strap. And the black strap on this one and how it looks and, you know, what it means, I know I'm biased, is nicer to me than the Winged Eagle, but the Winged Eagle is nicer than this one. I hope that makes sense because it probably really doesn't. But this is my finalised tier list. I'll try and give it a bit of a scroll so you can see the whole thing. So I know it messes it up. But I hope that you all kind of somewhat agree with me. I think that's a very solid tier list. I think you can't really argue with that too much. That, though, brings us to the end of the video. As per usual, though, go down below in the comments and let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with in this video, and I will check over them and I will reply to them if there is any, because, you know, we've got not getting a ton of comments at the minute, so go and comment. While you're down there, though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, as I said earlier in the video. You know, I would hate for you all to miss out on daily wrestling content. But that is going to wrap things up from me. So I shall see you all next time, which will be tomorrow with, what's tomorrow? Friday. The SmackDown preview. I'll see you all for the SmackDown preview. And possibly Saturday night's main event predictions on Saturday morning after the SmackDown review. It's very complicated. Just subscribe to the channel. You'll see all the videos. But thank you for watching. Goodbye.